Since we already have our guidelines, the first thing to do, if you've not already done so, is to add the batten. If possible, the batten should run straight with any existing batten, but it's not vital as long as the batten is level and straight. Our first obstacle that we're going to deal with is the sink. What we have to do is add the tiles behind the sink. First, locate the screws that fix the sink to the wall and loosen them to a point where there is enough space between the sink and the wall for a tile to slip in between. Using the center line of the window, we plan to tile away from that line, ending with a cut on the left and the right wall. Start to spread the adhesive along the lower half of the wall. Try to keep the thickness of the adhesive on the wall the same. Now, using the center line, run a tile down the back of the sink. You can see that the next tile is obstructed by the screw fixing on the wall. What you will need to do now is to cut out the corner of the tile which is being obstructed. Take your pencil and mark on the tile a point above where the screw would be relative to the tile, and the same to the left of the screw. Remove your tile and clean the adhesive off the back of the tile. Use your cutter to score two deep lines, one from the right edge to the left point and the other from the bottom edge to the top point. Make sure that these two lines meet along their respective paths. Bear in mind that you do not want to score further than necessary, or you might find that the sink does not hide the cut or the score lines. To remove the section we have scored, we use the tile pincers. Taking small bits off at a time is the key. Do not break off too much or the tile will break. Hold the pincers like so and let the teeth do all the work. Do not use the pincers like you would pliers. Simply clamp the teeth onto the tile and push down towards the floor. Take it slowly and carefully. The tile can break very easily, so don't rush it. To smooth off the edge, simply take a rubbing stone and rub away until you dull down the edge. This is the end result. As soon as we have our corner cut out, we can place the tile back into position, and you should find that this time our amended tile surrounds the screw fixing and slots into place. Continue to add tiles along the base of the batten. And add your spaces accordingly. When it comes to measuring the cut at the corner, the same approach applies as before. Slide the tile across the batten, mark the tile with the 4mm gap in mind, slide the other edge up to the top of the tile, and make your second mark. Lining the marks on the cutter, score a heavy line across the tile and split. With the cut edge facing towards the corner, place into the gap and add your spacer. Note that if you're measuring to a corner that's been tiled, the marking should allow for 2mm instead of 4mm, as you want the tiles in the corner to be flush with one another. Now continue tiling on the other side of the center line, and repeat the procedure for the screw on the other side of the sink, as you did with the screw on the left-hand side of the sink. Mark above and below the screw until you have the marked area you wish to remove. Score out the lines on the tile using the dry tile cutter, and use the pincers to remove the excess. Insert into the desired space and then continue to lay the rest of the tiles.